Hi there, you're going to join me at my favorite Goodwill today. Here's some carnival glass. This is more contemporary. You can tell because it's super, super shiny. That's very pretty. Look like pansies on there. And that is $2.99. Unfortunately, this Goodwill does play nice music, but it's loud music. So I'm going to do a little bit of a voiceover here. We're in the brown section. I usually start in the brown section just because there is a wide variety of items that they put on these shelves. I recognize these right away as being Stangle, and sure enough, they are the Country Garden pattern. Not sure if that bottom one is as well, but the top two, I believe, were Country Garden. Cute little wooden trinket dish, and this was a fancy schmancy trinket dish or soap dish holder. When I first saw the words, I thought they went with this. I thought this was a board to put words on, but it was a fake washboard, which was made of foam, which was also made in China. So I thought, well, the words don't go with that. And then, of course, there were any horses going through. Here was your horse crossing sign. But I put that back on the shelf. On the top shelf, there was this Hager planner of a teddy bear. I probably would have gotten it if it was brighter colors, but it was brown with a brown box. And this is Longenberger. You can always tell because of that woven design on the side of it. And they always have little blue accents. And then I spied this. I thought this was beautiful. It's only 99 cents. And it was very large. And the only thing wrong with it is that the one nail came out that you would hang it up with. I thought that was beautiful, so I decided to take that. This was hanging over the edge, which kind of made me nervous a little bit. And I wasn't quite sure what it was until I lifted it up, and then it was a light. There were batteries in it, and Jenny and I did try to turn it on. So either the batteries were old, probably because it didn't turn on, or maybe the light bulb wasn't working, but it would glow. I had never seen one of those before, but I decided to put it back up on the shelf. Here was some more carnival glass. Again, I think this is more contemporary. This isn't the Depression glass from the 30s, just because it is so shiny. And yes, I could have picked it up, but marigold is a very common color, and I didn't want to buy it because it was that common color, even though I do like orange. I would have bought all of these mugs, but unfortunately, the image on it right there, you can see another example. The images on them were very worn in places. Here is I believe, a Noritake piece. This was made in Japan. Very nice, bright colors, but that image is very often seen. And so I left that there. We're kind of showing you a wide angle here so you could see better. This had a little chip on the edge there. And even Jenny was like, there's a chip on it. But it was only $1.99, and I know it was huge. It still is huge. It didn't get any smaller when I brought it home. But I just couldn't resist. I mean, that is a nice piece. You could maybe drape some flowers or petals over that one little chip and not even notice it. These plates were cool. I think if they were a little bit more inexpensive, I would have gotten them. It was $2, and then this plate was $3. You could have said, well, you should have bought them, but I don't know. They were neat, but not neat enough to pick up. And here, oh, you know what that means? There might be a trinket inside. What do you think it is? I think it's a brush.
Pendant.
Not a pendant, but it's a little trinket that goes with this. So I think it's like a back brush or something.
Sponge.
Sponge?
Or rubber duck.
Or a rubber duck. It's a back brush. It's a back brush. I know. We've now moved on to the green section. This was a hobbyist piece. This was not a left-in piece, and this had a little chips to the edges. They usually do. Here was a Stangle cup that went with those saucers that we saw earlier. I thought this was neat. This was made in China. It was a green glass, probably a cheese plate or cracker plate. This was cute. We were in the silver section. I usually don't look in this section. That was a piggy bank, but there was a chip right there. It was very noticeable, or I would have gotten that. This was a hobbyist cat. I did like that Roadrunner soup mug, but there was only one. And Jenny, I was like, you're too young to play the slots. Let's go. And then on a bottom shelf was this blue and clear glass dolphin. I was shocked there was no chips or cracks. Now I haven't put it in the photo booth. It's the photo booth of truth when you put it in there and they're like, oh, look at this giant crack. But as of now, it's in really great shape. Oh, it's a little music box. It is an Ode to Gary branded music box. I probably am going to wind it a couple more times just to make sure that it is not overwound. As of now, it plays very nicely. And then I realized I needed a cart. So I went back and got a cart and found Jenny, who was guarding our stuff. What are the socks today?
Tsuki Bakugan.
Of course. All right, in the cart. Piques your interest or not. Okay. Looks like a little tart burner. Okay, I thought this looked kind of old-fashioned. With these gears. It looks like a sour cream jar. It turns out it's not a sour cream jar, but an ice tub, and it would have had matching glasses. Unfortunately, there were no glasses. I spied this perfume bottle on the bottom shelf, but the atomizer was squished. You'll see right here. It was really deflated, and I don't know how to fix it, so I left it there. And plus, it was just a plain purple perfume bottle. It wasn't anything crazy special looking. I thought that these might be Rubbermaid, but they were not. Here, hold this. I think this. Oh, you want to hold that? No, here, hold the camera. Oh. Because I think this goes like this. Seems like it goes.
I don't think so.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's different. No. They could go together.
Weirdly.
At first, I thought these were Asian, and then I flipped them over, and it was Temptations. The design, real quick, when I looked at it, I thought it was Asian. I thought, oh, these look like measuring cups, and then I realized they are measuring cups, but I think a couple of them were missing. Now I'm just being nosy, looking through the bags, seeing if there's anything in the blue section that we need. I kind of scared myself here. I muted it because the sound was a little jarring, but watch. You're going to see the camera jump. Oh, that made a bang, and it scared me. And then I thought about leaving it in, but it was pretty loud. Nothing broke, but it was kind of, I was not expecting it, the plate to shift. There was a pineapple dish, but I put that back. I don't think I really find anything else here. I thought this was interesting, but then I think when I picked it up, I could tell it was more contemporary. Here was some more of the carnival glass. This was the sugar and creamer. Maybe could have picked that up, not sure, but I think I was against getting the orange carnival glass. These were plastic. And then when I was editing this video, I thought, I wonder if that bowl went with those cups, but maybe not because the bowl was plastic also. I'm looking, but didn't find anything else. I saw hands and I thought, oh, are these praying hands? But it wasn't. It was a vintage sign that you would put in your kitchen. Thought that was sweet. You could also use it as a spoon rest. We are going to finish up this trip to Goodwill, and now you are going to join Jimmy and me at a baseball game. It's a Tuesday night. The Flying Pig Thrifts team representing. We're out and about. We're going to a Lancaster Barnstormers baseball game. They have the, I was going to say the arena. It's not an arena. Stadium in town. If you've ever been to Lancaster, I'm going to flip you around so you can see where we're going. So we're walking over there, and I'll give you another shot of the stadium when we get closer. Ooh, there's a lot of traffic. We didn't stay for the whole game, but we did have fun. It was a nice, cool evening. It had been so hot and humid lately here in the evening, and it was a nice change. There was a breeze. It wasn't as hot, so it was nice to be out and about on a Tuesday evening. We were wild. I thought that glass candle holder was cool, and then I saw this bag, and it was a salt and pepper shaker, and at first I thought it was a dog, and then I realized it was a hammer and an anvil, and it is marked Japan. I thought, huh, I've never seen that one before, and it appeared to have no chips or cracks on it. Thought that was very interesting. And then these were rosaries. They were handmade and they weren't old. These would be something that you would get at Sunday school or CCD. They weren't old beaded things. But then there was this bag of stone critters, and I could see that there were some critters in there. It looked like there was a bird and then maybe a turtle. And then this was really neat. I really like this, and I did look it up when I got it home, and there's a lot for sale. And because there's a lot for sale, I'm deciding to keep it for a little while. I think it's really cool and it does work. And then here's I think this is to hold your bananas, $4.99. Our bananas don't usually last very long around here to need a little cute little rack for them, but nonetheless, there was a banana holder. Here was some hair, little wig, and the rest of the brown section. Kind of zipping through here. I'd just been here, so it's kind of quick looking when I've recently been at this Goodwill because I'm like, oh, seen that, seen that, seen that. Then I realized, oh, I need to slow down and show you. There were these two religious images, but I had just gotten that other one, so I left those on the shelf. And coming up, there is a mug that reminds me of a listing that I have for sale in my shop currently. This was a kitty cat mug right here, and I have these two mugs for sale in my store. So I thought, I wonder if that's the same maker. And then this was Lennox, Mickey Mouse, but it was 2006 First Christmas Together. It was very specific for someone who was married in 2006 or got together with someone in 2006 and needed an ornament. So I did leave that on the shelf. The shelves are nice and full, but still easy to look through. Here was a Starbucks mug, and I thought about getting this, but there was a mark on it, and I think it was paint, and I wasn't quite sure if I would be able to get that off, even with a magic eraser. So I did leave that on the shelf for somebody else. And this is just a simple little hummingbird figurine, but I know a lot of people like hummingbird figurines. And the more I looked at it, I realized the beak wasn't broken off, the petals weren't broken off. There's a little bit of wear to the corner of the one wing, but I don't think it's damaged. So I thought that was sweet. Someone will like that. And then this was in the box, so that's always exciting. What was in the box? It was this very large travel mug. And when I looked these up, these do sell for pretty decent money. It's a Cypress home travel mug, to be specific. But I decided to leave that there. I just wasn't feeling a mug. And here's a bell. Mm. And then there was a giant, zooming in on this giant bag of Christmas ornaments, but they were not old vintage ones. And then here was stationery. I was being nosy and seeing what was in that box. And at first I thought this was velvet, a velvet painting. So I was touching it to see. And then when I flipped it over on the back, I saw that it had a barcode. So it was more of a contemporary piece. They were restocking, and so I decided to go look in the bins. This Hello Kitty trash can was cute. I did look it up because I had sold that Hello Kitty radio that I'd gotten when we were at our friend's Goodwill. And then here I'm just digging through the bins. Before I forget, I want to thank everybody who joined me last Saturday for the premiere of the video where we got to talk to each other while the video played. I was super nervous about it. I was afraid only like 2 people would show up. And then I was super nervous I'd have bots leaving nasty comments, but it didn't happen. A lot of you showed up, so much support, so many nice comments. It was great talking to you. And because it was such a great experience, I was like so excited after it was done that I'm definitely going to be doing that again. I think like one Saturday a month I'll be doing a premiere. It's just super fun to see, kind of like not see you, but like be able to sit down and talk with each other. And I recognized names that I had seen in comments were there. So I really, really appreciate your support. And that was fun. And I hope you enjoyed it too. It seemed like you all did. So I'm definitely going to do another premiere video and you'll get the half hour thumbs up, the half hour heads up. If you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification, that will give you a half hour to get ready. If you were wondering what I was talking about with that Santa Claus, is you put a candle on top of his head, which I kind of found a little unnerving. It was old, it was made by wicks and sticks, but I decided against that. And now I'm looking at the rest of the Christmas section before we wrap it up here on this trip to Goodwill. This was a very heavy piece. And then I found this little figurine, and it did have a name on it. I did look it up, but it didn't sell for too much money, even though it was very cute and I like the style of it. And then I thought this was a lamp, but it was not. Can you guess what it is before I turn it around? Any guesses? It's a paper towel holder. I was not expecting that at all. And that's going to wrap up our trip here to Goodwill. And as usual, coming up next is everything that I picked up on these 2 trips to Goodwill. Here is where I put the thermometer in the kitchen window. It kind of fits in with all of the vintage things I have there. Thank you so much for your support of Jenny's channel, Jenny's Brain Space. She's very, very motivated to make more videos for you, and a link to her channel is in the description of this video. The items in this video should be listed within the next few days, and of course a link to my eBay store is in the description of this video. There's a lot of things going on in the description of this video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see ya!